What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. So, guys, we've just had Clarissa Shields against Savannah Marshall, and Clarissa Shields winning a unanimous decision. And as I said, the better fighter, the faster fighter, the more accomplished fighter, more experience, the faster. Look, Savannah Marshall's tough and she can punch a little bit. She's really, really tough. And people were going on about, oh, Savannah's going to land that big shot that's going to hurt Shields. At the elite level, whether it's men's boxing or it's females boxing, it's very hard to knock people out. At the elite level, when you're a skilled boxer and you're a better boxer than somebody, majority of the times they win, right? And she outclassed Savannah Marshall. Savannah was too slow early on in the fight. Savannah was getting lit up by Shields. Shields was so fast, she was lighting her up. But as the fight slowed down, I thought Savannah might come into it a little bit more. And she did. She put a little bit more pressure on him. She was physically trying to ragdoll her. But Clarissa's very physically strong. She obviously trains very hard. She's obviously got a very good chin as well. But her skills, man, her hand speed was just too much for Marshall. There was times in the fight I thought Clarissa, if she stepped on it, maybe she could hurt and stop Marshall. But Marshall's also very strong and very tough. And I don't think Clarissa really has that kind of power. And Marshall, like I said, is very, very tough. But I thought it was a pretty comfortable. I thought it was a pretty comfortable performance. I was very impressed. I was very, very impressed by Shields. I thought the way she started the fight, she just started like a steam train. I mean, it was a brilliant, brilliant performance. Like I said, I thought Shields was good, but I wasn't so convinced because there was times where I thought Marshall's quite a big puncher and Shields leaves herself open when she's throwing those combinations, but she was just so fast and she was so tight and she knew Savannah was a big puncher. And she was circumspect. She wasn't just gung-ho. She knew that Savannah had power, hence why she boxed smartly, and she didn't just throw combinations without any worry with what's coming back. And I think she got dropped once. I can't remember who she got dropped by, but I think that was probably because of the fact that she underestimated that girl, and she had no respect for that girl's power, whereas with Savannah, she had respect. But she was just quicker. She was just much faster. Savannah was too slow. She was throwing. She was loading up. A fighter like Savannah Marshall, people say, oh, she's a smart boxer. No, she can box, but she's slow. And Clarissa took advantage of that because when she had to set to throw her punches, and Clarissa was just too fast. That was a problem, that all the other girls that Savannah was fighting, they were tailor-made for her. They were standing right there. Clarissa was just too quick, too sharp. Her defense was on point. And Savannah couldn't really live with that. And I think she accepted defeat. I think she realized that she was in the ring with a much better fighter. And she accepted defeat. To be honest, accepting it was it was quite clear who won that fight. And a lot of you, I saw, just to touch on a point on the previous fight, Baumgardner and Meyer, a lot of you are saying it's not a robbery, this, that. No, man, that was a poor decision, man. I can't agree. The fight that I watched, there's no way Baumgardner won that fight. I don't know what you guys were watching. Maybe you're watching the American broadcast and maybe the way they were viewing it was different, so you influenced. But from what I was watching, remember, I had the commentary off as well. I just don't see how Baumgardner won that fight. That's just my opinion. But with this one, I think it was quite clear. And what I will say is that Clarissa Shields is, in my opinion, the best female fighter in the sport. Whether she's the best female fighter of all time, I think that, I'll leave that, for other people to, make a decision. I don't know if she's the best female fighter of all time. There's been some good fighters, in the past. There's been Layla Ali. There's been Ann Wolf. There's been some good fighters, other fighters as well that were really, really good. I think she's very, very good, though. I think she's the best right now. I think she's better than Katie Taylor. I do. I think Katie Taylor's probably had the better resume, better competition. But I think with this win, and if you look at some of Katie Taylor's big fights, a lot of them were close. Some of them she could have lost. The Serrano fight was close. Some people had her losing that. The Pursoon fights, I thought she lost. At least the first one for sure. The second one was razor thin as well. The Tasha Jonas fight was really close. That was really, really close. Whereas Clarissa Shields has, dominated and won majority of her fights convincingly. I think she's won every fight against everyone pretty soundly. And even this fight, which a lot of people thought was a 50-50 fight, Clarissa's done a job on Savannah Marshall. Let's be honest, she's outclassed her. So we're looking at a very special fighter in Clarissa Shields. I think she's the best female fighter out there. And now with this win, I think Clarissa was quite emotional at the end of the fight because she feels like she's achieved a lot and accomplished a lot and doesn't really get the respect. But without question, I think she's the best female fighter in the sport. I don't think anyone can doubt that now. I think with this win, and against who it was against, and people were trying to make out this was a 50-50 fight, there's no doubt that Clarissa Shields, and isn't she a 3-weight undisputed champion now? I think she's phenomenal. I think she's the best out there. I honestly rate her after watching that. Like I said, I always knew Clarissa Shields was good, but the depth in female boxing isn't that great. So I was not sure, because she was fighting Savannah Marshall, who could punch and is much, in my opinion, much better than anyone that she's been in the ring with. I was not sure whether, is she hype? We don't know, because the depth of women boxing isn't that. But going off what she had accomplished, or what they had both accomplished, I was picking her to win the fight, because I generally go with the more accomplished boxer, because there's a reason why they're more accomplished, right? So for me, after this win, I think I'm sold, and I don't see anyone beating her. I think she'll dominate, and maybe she could move up even more weight and do some more damage. I mean, I think she's a great fighter. I think she's got really good skills, and she's very physically strong and big as well. Like, yeah, she wasn't as tall as Marshall, but she's very physically strong, very tough. And I don't think I don't think anyone's knocking her out. I think she's tough as anything. And I think she's got really good skills. I think she's got good hand speed. I think she's got good defensive skills. So I think Clarissa Shields is the full package. I think she's really, really good. I think she's like I said, without question, for me, pound for pound, the best female fighter in the sport, for me. That's just my opinion. Savannah Marshall even said that she is the GOAT. She's the greatest woman of all time, which, like I said, I don't know if she's the greatest woman of all time. I'll let you guys decide that. But I definitely think she's I definitely think she's the best female fighter in the sport right now. I think she was incredible tonight. I do. I think she outclassed a really good fighter. And she deserves the credit, and hopefully the British fans can give her some credit, because there was a lot of trolling, there was a lot of this, that, and the other, and Clarissa, I'm pretty sure she's gonna rub it in as well. I'm pretty sure she's gonna rub it in, because the British fans gave her some stick. They gave her some serious stick, so she's gonna rub it in nicely now. But like I said, she's a great fighter. She deserves her credit. She deserves her respect. And I don't know what is there out there now for her now. I don't know what's really out there. There's not really a lot of fights for her. There's not really, what fight could she have? There's not really a lot of depth in female boxing. What I think should happen, I think probably should do a rematch, because Savannah Marshall's probably the only fighter that can give her a fight. And even that was relatively one-sided. I mean, it was pretty one-sided in the sense that it wasn't that... She won pretty comfortably, So... I don't know what really is out there for Clarissa Shields. I won't be surprised if she goes back to MMA or something, and fights in MMA. I don't think she should. I don't think someone that is that good in a certain discipline should go and fight in another sport and make a mockery of themselves. She lost her last fight in MMA, and I don't think she needs to do that. I think she's a very good boxer, and maybe she should just carry on, trying to build a legacy, continue to keep building a legacy, maybe move up more weight, and look to see if she can dominate the next weight class. This was at super middleweight. Why not move up to light heavyweight, or maybe even heavyweight? Who knows? But like I said, I think she's a really, really special talent, and I think she deserves a lot of credit and deserves a lot of respect. I don't think she got it from the British fight fans, but hopefully now, after that performance, I think maybe they can look at it and say, you know what, she was a great fighter. Look, there's some big fights coming up. There's Wilder and Robert Elenius, not a big fight, but there's also Kambosos and Haney, which is going to be a good fight as well. So I'm looking forward to reporting. There's a lot of fights this week. I'm going for a Wilder knockout, and I'm going for a Devin Haney points job on Kambosos. So yeah, let me know what you thought about. Let me know what you thought of Shields' performance. Let me know what you thought of Marshall's performance, and do you think it was a relatively good performance, and do you think Clarissa Shields is the best female fighter in the sport. Do you think she's pound for pound number one? In my opinion, I think she's pound for pound number one. I rate her very highly. I think all of her wins have been very convincing and no controversial wins like Katie Taylor. So for me, she's without doubt pound for pound the best fighter in the sport. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's a great watch, and I think she won comfortably tonight. So yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to know your opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.